All right, I get on with that. So why circumcised?
Oh, it's just easier to navigate.
Are you just scared of dick cheese?
No.
Have you experienced it before?
Yes, I work in the hospital.
Oh, how's that like? Wait, so you came into a hospital bed ready to put this calf on, and this guy's just full dick?
Indigo TV Prime.
It's rough. Just saying, like, for white men, it's just not gonna be a good time for you when you age. Just gonna let you know. Just gonna let you know.
Well, I'm circumcised, so it's okay. So, what's your grossest story from that? Because you work at a hospital, so, like, you both work at... What's the grossest story that you have for that?
Putting on a condom cap and ripping off patients' pubes, and they're, like, holding my hand as I'm doing it. I'm like, I don't want you touching me, sir. Or them telling me it feels good.
You know those like slippery toys they used to get where like it was like like the filled with like jelly or something like that? That's what it's like putting a condom calf on like an uncircumcised.
Okay, so you have to explain to me what's a condom calf?
Oh, so it's just like a condom, but like at the end of it, like where the tip is, there's like a tube connection to it, and it goes into like a drainage bag. So we put them on our male patients, and we just like let them pee, and it collects it. Because sometimes like they're too weak to stand up, or they just like can't use a bedside urinal. So we put the condom cap on, and they can just pee.
Wait, so
Contact falls off.
So it's difficult when it comes to uncircumcised individuals?
It honestly depends on size.
It depends on the size. How does that affect it?
Because it's so limp and flaccid, and if it's so tiny and you're trying to slide on a condom when it's just so like tiny and squishy, it just becomes a very awkward thing. And I'm trying to make conversation with them, and then they're like holding my hand, and I'm like, I just don't want to do this right now.
What's been like the most awkward situation you've been in when you're putting on the condom calf where they're grabbing you is like one thing, right? But have they ever like said anything super out of pocket? Tell us about it. Tell the internet about it. What was his name?
I can't say that, but I've been told if I could have an erection, I would have one for you, but my dick doesn't work anymore.
It's more awkward when you go in and they're already having an erection and you're like, okay, I'll come back later.
Wait, so you came into a hospital bed ready to put this calf on, and this guy's just full dick?
Yeah.
What was that like for you? Were you kind of impressed?
With like younger population.
But before, like when I was working with older population, it's like morning wood, you're like about to do what you need to do, and you're like, okay, I'll just come back later.
Wouldn't that make it easier?
Yeah, that would make
it would make it easier, but it's not.
It's just.
He wasn't having it.
It's just fucking weird. So how come he wasn't having it?
I think it's just weird in front of nurses. It's like really embarrassing for.
Well, that's like such a pinnacle of like American male society. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you react in your mind in that situation and in real life?
Right, okay. So I was a brand new nurse, just happened like a few months ago, and I walked in and he said like, my wife would hate you, I wish I could take you home with me, I wish you could cuddle with me, and I was so caught off guard, really embarrassed because I didn't know like how to react, and I just tried to redirect, and I said, sir, that's really inappropriate, I'm your nurse and you can't talk to me like that, and he's like, I know, but I'm just saying, I'm like,
he touched you and everything?
He touched me again. So at the end of my shift, I wrote in the notes, I put in quotations all the inappropriate things he said to me, and I signed it and I went home.
Oh, so you straight up just told on his ass?
Yes, it's inappropriate and it's just rude. Like you can't talk to me like that.
Okay, so say like, not me in particular, if there's an old man around, what would be like the best way for that person to go about to like go through that situation? Being completely bricked up is obviously like a no-no, right?
I mean, I understand it happens, but it's just, I honestly rather just pretend it's not there. Just like.
Do you guys kind of get like kind of flattered?
It depends on like the other day I was told like I would be so honored if you were my granddaughter. I was like, that's kind of sweet.
Oh, that's kind of fucking weird too, yeah.
The sexual stuff, no. I think it's very gross and it's honestly just very disrespectful because I worked hard to get to where I am.
And they're kind of treating you like an object.
Yes, and it's just kind of like, look, I'm here to take care of you and I want to take care of you, but when you talk to me like that, it makes it kind of hard for me to do my job with my heart and soul. Which
I will say that COVID has been a blessing because we have to wear masks now, and all the old men that used to ask us, "Oh, you need to smile more, honey. You should be smiling more." Every old man saying that to you.
Oh yeah, they're
it's been a blessing having a mask on now.
Oh yeah, they're like, "Are you even 18? Like, have you even been kissed before? Or like, do you have a boyfriend?" And I'm just like,
And not one part of you is kind of like, aw, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't feel your ego a little bit?
sometimes it does, but like if it gets like crossing the line, I'm just like, I can't take care of this patient. Like every single thing I do is just inappropriate, and so. But
That's the name of the game. That's just the life of a nurse these days.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to keep it a stack with you. Like, if I was a nurse, some old dude was like full dick for me, I'd be like, shit, homie. I'm glad you think that way of me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he puts his arm on me and everything. I'd be like, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, weirdo, but like, you know.
Then you like come up. I work night shift. Then you come off and you see like their family come in to visit them or their wife to come in to visit them, and you're like, okay, well, he was very inappropriate with me last night, and I see that you have a loving family that cares for you and wants you to get better, and that's how you're treating me. It's just kind of like, it's just not cool.
So you started a few months ago, so I don't know if this has happened or not, but with a patient that was inappropriate with you, you met their wife, right? So you seen their wife and stuff. Say their wife was acting like, kind of like a bitch. You know what I mean? They're acting really rude to you. Would you ever like, is there any urge in you that kind of wants to go, you know what, he was hard for me earlier, so like you really ain't shit?
Well, I work night shift, so I really don't interact with family, but I probably wouldn't cross that line. Like no matter like how hard it is, like you always want to respect your patient and their family members, so.
How about you?
No, I just tell them that, actually I don't really meet wives either. I work more with kids these days. But, I mean, I just call people out on their crap. I just say, like, you're being super inappropriate, and I walk away. But
She's more interesting. She has, she works with mental health in the adolescents, so she has a better story.
No, I'm not getting into that. It's really bad.
Well, I want to get into that. So what was like the weirdest situation with that?
I'm sure she has a lot. She's from San Diego.
Oh, you're from San Diego? Okay. All right, well, it was nice talking with you guys. Thank you very much for putting up with my shit. This is Indigo TV Prime, and we're with...
Savannah.
Danny.
Danny. Indigo TV Prime.